Welcome to another edition of Ask the Coach on USMMAsports.com. We're here with the head coach of the Merchant Marine soccer team, Coach Michael Smolens. Coach, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
What we do in this show is we get questions from our social media sites, Facebook and Twitter, and ask them to the head coaches here at the Academy. Our first question for today is from Facebook. It's, after starting the season with 3 tough losses, how important was it to get your first win of the season with a 5-0 victory against York last weekend?
Yeah, it was very important. I mean, although we had played well in certain aspects and at certain times in our first 3 matches, it's always nice to get a win. The guys are pleased to get that under their belt. We scored some goals, which was a nice thing, and feel good about the win on Saturday.
Heading over to Twitter, you're asked, your team is playing a very difficult non-conference schedule. What is the benefit of those games rather than scheduling easier competition for wins?
Well, a couple aspects. First of all, when you play tough teams, it brings your strength of schedule up, and for looking for an at-large bid for the NCAA, we've been fortunate enough, 2 years we received at-large bids. When you play a strong schedule, that puts you in line for an at-large bid if you can do well in that competition. And also, we play a tough conference. I mean, we really have some quality teams in our conference, and we feel we're better off playing against some high competition right away, so we find out more about our team, about our players, and they're used to playing against that type of competition rather than playing against easier teams and really not learning as much about our team.
And next question is, what is the strength of this year's team?
I'd say a couple ways. First of all, I think in goal, Gary Poulin is one of the top goalkeepers we've had here. He should be one of the strongest goalkeepers in the conference. I think that helps us. I think that helps us as far as keeping the ball out of the net, and also confidence for our defense, who's relatively young and inexperienced, and having him back there I think is something that's nice. I think also the other strength of our team is balance. Some years we have an outstanding player or two who really carries the load. This year we have a number of strong players, and what we're hoping is that different players will have strong matches from here to there, and that'll help us. So if someone's having a poor match one day, maybe someone else picks them up. So we're hoping the balance and the depth of our team is a strength this season.
Okay, our next question, back to Facebook. You have Coast Guard coming up this weekend. What does the game mean to the team, and do you prepare for it any differently than a normal game?
Game means a lot to a lot of people. I mean, we know that our alums are into beating Coast Guard for the school. It's something that's terrific. It's really a great event here on campus, whether it's here or in New London. A lot of our alums are really into it, that's for sure. In the years I've been here, 24 years, we've had a lot of success against them, and it's a big match. Do we prepare differently? Not really. I mean, we have a number of big matches during the season, and what we try to do is we try to use this as a test early in the season. We can find out a lot about ourselves. We can make sure that we're ready for a big match. That way, when other big matches come up during the season, we're prepared and hopefully be able to get a good result in those matches.
Last question for today is, you play in a very tough conference, as you mentioned earlier. What are your expectations for the team once you enter your landmark conference schedule?
Idea is to make the conference tournament and then be able to get an NCAA bid. I mean, we've gone to the NCAAs a number of times, and not always through winning the conference, but certainly a couple of years ago when we qualified for the playoffs, but barely squeaked in, but we were strong enough to win the conference tournament. What we're trying to do is use the season to make sure that we keep getting better and improve as a team, and then hopefully what we'll do is get in the conference tournament, be able to win the conference, and then go to the NCAA tournament.
And that's it for today. It's the head coach of the Merchant Marines soccer team. Coach, thanks for being here. And make sure to check back next week on USMMAsports.com for another edition of Ask the Coach.